can't hear that. I don't have any volume from this intro. You gonna tell me when to start then?
It's still live.
Yeah, but I'm on delay from YouTube, so unless I hear from you. In your mic, I only hear one in one earphone. Stop going through life in a half-conscious fog like some low-T zombie shuffling its way through the grave. You're bumming everybody out. Grab some Cardo Max Energy Intensifier. Wake up. Owned and operated by former Navy SEAL Sean Matson. Cardo Max Energy Intensifier will help you power through workouts and dead afternoons with vitamins B3, B6, B12, caffeine, and BCAAs. Use the promo code Nooners to get 30% off your next 4 orders at cardomax.com. That's cardomax.com. Helping you achieve your max. What's up, James?
What up?
Shouts to Cardomax again for letting us do that. That way people can get in the room on the YouTubes.
Absolutely. And then for Ruben, he gets to hear the whole thing.
He
right?
does. He does. He's first in.
Every single time.
Do we have confirmation of that?
I mean, guys, I would say...
Are you on it? Are you on the YouTube right now?
It'd be a crazy day if he wasn't... It looks like Nico.
No way.
Greco. Am I wrong, guys? Am I wrong?
Can we get some applause for Nico?
So Nico, then David.
No applause for Nico. We don't have any of those options.
Ruben, I'm sorry for your bronze medal. Because you have Nico with gold, David with silver, and Rube got the bronze at 3.
Got it.
Just saying. And that's just as good, right? Like, it's a medal.
Bronze?
Yeah. What I was thinking about bronze is it looks enough like gold that if, like, down the line, you could be like, oh, am I... You know what I mean? No one in real life would know the difference between a gold and bronze if you see it hanging on in somebody's house, right?
Sure. I mean, I guess. Right?
That's how I would do it.
Would you?
Yeah. Lie? Sure, every time.
Welcome to the show, kids. I'm having a hard time hearing in my headphones today. We're doing a bunch of new stuff in the studio, and I don't know why.
Because
everything
we're constantly
was working last
upgrading.
Time. Are we?
Yes.
Are we?
We're growing. We're upgrading.
Oof, I just want to stop. Joe Rogan's got like 2 cameras and a fucking microphone. That's it.
Oh, wait.
That's all he has in his goddamn thing.
Right.
What are you saying, oh, wait for? What's going on? Japes?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay. You don't say, oh, wait, and then not know. I'm one of those people who's just like, let's leave this forever. Like the 2013 Mac computer that I'm on.
Yeah.
Works great.
Sure.
No issues.
Yeah.
Space. Yeah. And I put some more space in it. Who cares?
Ruben did actually win.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Oh, so you just lied to the audience that he didn't win?
Like I said before, I have no qualms with lying. But I was just dumb also. Sure.
And look, that's going to happen, obviously. It's going to happen, kids. Sorry, somebody is on the old YouTubes as well back there. Is that you, Rob? I got to X out of that, my man. Somebody is chatting on YouTube right now.
What?
Yeah, I don't know who it is. It's on the back end of it. Look, sorry for the tech difficulties today. I've got a live chat on my... If everybody could just stop doing whatever and then just never change anything, I'd be fucking amped about it forever. It's on mine. Somebody is chatting with a woman behind the scenes. Yeah, I'm doing some YouTube help. Yeah, so when I asked that question, no, not at all. Not at all. Okay. Some days there's, you're just figuring it out. Some days you're you want to bourdain yourself. You know what I'm saying? To start off with. Because I'm super patient, and I love problems and tech issues and things like that.
Yeah, you're really good at just pivoting.
Always have, always will.
You're really good at just...
Unless you scream something out loud, no one will Oh, yeah, who's on YouTube right now talking to the back end? I don't know. No one? Oh, yeah, that's me. It is. Okay, great. Just trying to pop open the video here. Say hello to everybody. It's Tuesday.
Okay.
People have to come to life.
Okay.
They need energy today. They need to be bigger than they were yesterday. Damn it. My fucking energy, you know where it came from this weekend?
Where?
Fred Durst.
Really?
Yeah. Did it all for the Nookie, obviously. And he's back with a vengeance. Huge vengeance.
He has reinvented himself.
Yep.
And stayed in this business in different facets in an alarming way, right? From Nookie to his directing to whatever this is now. Mm-hmm. I just don't think we give him enough credit. Do you know what I mean? Like, we think of him as one thing, and he really is like, hey guys,
he's a lot of things.
I'm a dad. You know,
Yeah.
What did he say when he was on stage?
He said, so Bob, pull up his look from Lollapalooza. It is outstanding. It looks like a character from the Beastie Boys video, Sabotage, and I'm all in. It's
so good.
Yeah. I'm all in for all of this right now.
I also want to say he probably always should have had hair. Like, imagine that hair, like, in his younger days.
Okay.
That's a thick mop. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, shaving it all the time when that is your hair?
It's not his hair.
It's a wig?
It's a blonde wig, yeah.
No, I don't think it is.
And I'm a big fan. It is. If you really zoom into that, that's a blonde wig.
I'm going to have to fact check that.
Yeah. Look, Fred Durst has always been follically challenged. Is that what we're going with?
Really?
I'm trying to be PC today, okay? I'm kidding. I'm not. I'm not any day, Jabes. I'm not any day. That's definitely a blonde curly wig there. That's one would just pick up at a Halloween store. And I'm still a fan of all of it. That's amazing. Now the goatee is real. Okay.
Right.
That's very Hulkamania circa, I don't know, 80 to now.
Yeah.
1980 to now, right now. And then he put a little blonde wig on it. So congratulations, Fred Durst.
It's a gray wig, but
it's one of those little blonde wigs. I wore them for McConaughey's sketch. I know this exact wig. I don't come against my wig work, all right? If there's anything I know in this life, it's proper wig work and where it comes from.
Here's his hairline.
There it is. Yeah, pop that up. There's his real hairline right there, Jessie. Okay? You're welcome. Okay?
Okay.
Do I want to say that I know Fred Durst? Yeah, I know Fred Durst. You know?
Yeah, I mean...
I've met Fred Durst numerous times.
Okay, what? Yeah.
Yeah, and that's how bald he is.
Interesting. I thought he would get a better wig.
That's the joke of it, though, I think.
Okay.
And that's why I'm all in. I think it's a very, very Sabotage look. It's an old throwback to, like, hey, who gives a shit? And he literally walked on stage at Lollapalooza and just said, this one's for all my dads, dude. This is where we're at in life. It's amazing.
I love it.
People went bug fuck. The set was amazing, apparently. And Fred Durst reinvents himself. Some people, a very small faction, were making fun of him on Twitter. And the rest of it was, I would say it's 90-10 positive, where it was just like, oh, shit. I posted that pic, and I just said, look, I'm all in on this new look.
Yep.
And I love it.
Yep.
Let's embrace it, and let's move on with our lives. And be happy about the choices we've made.
Right.
Fred Durst is clearly happy with the choices he's made in this life.
Yeah, I think you have to not give a fuck if you're Fred Durst, right? Like, how many times and different years has it been like totally against Fred Durst, and then he's kind of cool, and then, oh, did you know he directed this? And then where's Fred Durst? And then the Nookie. And so to be him, you have to not give a fuck.
Yes.
Right?
And I will say this, like, again, having met him a few times, he's always been in on the joke. And it was one of those things where, holy shit, I think they stumbled into being a massive band. Right. I think the whole thing was kind of a joke, and then it exploded. And then after that, you're like, well, I guess I'll be a fucking rock star now. But behind the scenes, he wants to direct.
Right.
He always wanted to direct, and then he did it.
Yes.
Movies and music videos for a very long time.
Yeah.
And the other part about this was I think he's always wanted to act as well. So I think dabbling into shit like this makes your performances better. With the heat that he took from that fucking Woodstock doc, and he said it on stage, by the way.
Did he?
Yeah. He said, fuck all that Woodstock 99 bullshit. Like, this is a different party and atmosphere. Let's go. I think this fun, flirty Fred Durst is awesome, and it's what we need right now. Now, whether or not the world's going to be open anymore, I don't know. Did you see the crowd from Lollapalooza, by the way, for Limp Bizkit?
No.
Oh, pull that crowd up. It is fucking insanity. And this is Chicago, where Mayor Lori Lightfoot's Beetlejuice
Sure.
lives. And I like, this is, now it's just about money. This COVID thing. It's about money and then what your decisions are regarding money and everything else. Because this crowd for Limp Bizkit is unbelievable. Just pull up Lollapalooza crowd 2021.
Yeah, he's got it.
For that keyword there. Boom. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that.
Oh,
do you see a mask there?
Nightmare.
See a mask at all?
Looks like a personal nightmare.
Yeah.
I don't.
Not one in sight.
Don't. Yeah,
Not one mask in sight. And look, it's fine if money's on the line, you know? Because right now they're shutting down everything again. That's already started. You were on that email or that text thread this morning, right?
Right.
Usually we go to New York City for upfronts for podcasts every year. Obviously, with last year with the pandemic, whatever you want to call it, it was canceled. It was on this year. We just got a message this morning that now it's going to be virtual, which guarantees that virtually no one will be there because no one gives a fuck about any of that bullshit.
We're done with doing stuff virtually and like being excited about it.
Yeah. So New York is going to shut down. Hollywood shutting down as we speak. Got endless calls about this. So I'll tell you kind of the inner workings of what's going on in Hollywood as far as it's shutting down. Every major agency has now shut down, not just for a week, right? It started off with a week, and they were like, all right, great, we're going to give this a week and have the employees take a week off. That's great. Then it got extended to Labor Day. That is now done. So now you're looking at mid-October for most of the major agencies. And I'm talking CAA, UTA, all this other stuff. They've got a voluntary plan if you want to come in, if you feel like it. But that'll get shut right the fuck down because then once your employees are out of the office, you're going to realize, man, I really don't feel like paying for food, electricity, their well-being, HR, or any of that bullshit. Everybody's going to be working from home. Now, what that has caused people to do is move their productions out of Los Angeles entirely. And this is a big deal, okay? One, because we live here. So Austin, HBO, opening up a studio in Austin.
Really?
Yeah. So that is the breaking news here. So they're going to be putting a 110,000 square foot lot together to shoot all of their shit, and Austin is one of the main locations. Netflix then just followed suit, and they're going to do it out of New Mexico. Okay. Same thing, 100,000 square foot stages across the board so they can shoot all their productions now. They're clearly looking into the future of what's going on. Both of those were just announced. And look, Japes, might have to get you an agent here in Austin.
Netflix is opening up here too.
Oh, are they too? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
They 20,000 square feet in East Austin.
Ah, look at that. By the airport.
Ah.
Yeah. Roscoe Truman says, Dr. Fauci says if you got the vaccine, you are now a super spreader. Probably. That's probably the next thing. If it's east over by the airport. That is, we can talk about it now, I guess. We're fine to say it now because we got the property yesterday. As a network, Tetherball Academy Media, we purchased a large portion of land off of a major highway here in Austin. So that way we can have. Yes, we did. We did.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Good for you guys. No, it is going to be
3 acres.
Yeah.
So we got 3 acres. I literally, that was the inspection right now. I said, all good. I'll go on the inspection.
Okay.
We're opening up a bar and a tasting room and all that other shit. And then we're going to have, one of the buildings on the property is a church.
Perfect.
Don't know what we're going to do with that yet. It is fully functional and operational. The tenants still have a lease on it until December. I don't know if we leave it as...
I think we leave it as a church. We turn it into Beer Church. And, you kind of just have live music and right, Bob?
What's the denomination?
Oh, that's a good
Lord
question.
knows. There's blue chairs in there.
Is it weird?
I don't know.
Is it weird that I
thing?
didn't even ask? I didn't even ask what denomination they were.
As long as it's not Catholic, it should be fine. Because when you undo a Catholic church, there's like certain steps you have to do.
No,
Okay.
it's not Catholic.
All right.
It looks very. Maybe snakes. They do snake stuff in there. Do you know what I'm saying?
I don't know, actually.
Yeah, it's like that kind of backwoods stuff, which I love.
What I do know is this, because we walked the property Saturday morning with an architect and engineer, and then obviously our realtors for it. What I do know is you have the stage where the preacher is, and to the right of it was a huge metal trough. Now, when I say trough, I'm talking old school like horse trough, right? Or like you would see at a bar for, bombers.
It sounds like a baptismal trough.
Yes,
I saw electrical equipment going inside of it, and I was like, "Hey, don't put your fingers in there or whatever." The engineer just walked over and he goes, "Oh no, I don't give a shit. I've seen it all." And he goes, I'll figure out what this is. So when he walked over there, I mean, it's literally just, it looks like the back of like an old school cable box where you're just like, what the fuck is this going in there? The engineer walked over there and it was some type of electrical wiring to go inside the metal trough to heat up the water for baptisms, right? Why they needed to heat up the water for it, I don't really know.
I think maybe it was like maybe it's like a trick, like put a little current of electricity through the water so they think they can feel God.
Maybe. Okay.
If you're
All
a
right.
sinner and you touch the holy water, like that guy's an asshole. Like
Oh, you can just like press the button and be like, "Whoa, nope." The power of Christ.
The power of Christ. So the question becomes, do we leave it as like for live shows? Because the way it's set up now, I think it holds 150 in it comfortably.
Well,
chairs are out.
Yeah.
There's a production booth behind it, so you can film, shoot. There's a stage that is up. Do we leave that part open for live shows, and then build another studio behind it?
Yes, and my vote, which is to leave it exactly the way it is, right?
Yeah.
Blue chairs.
Yeah.
The whole thing of it. And yes, do our Drinking Bros live show in this completely untouched backwoods church. That's my vote.
Because the way the property is set up now is there's a structure on the first part of it. That'll be the tasting room, right? And then the church is maybe, I don't know, 15, 20 yards behind it. So you could just grab beers and then go up and watch live shows and everything else. That would be fun. And then maybe because it's 3 acres, we could put a structure on the back of it. Probably 5,000 square feet.
I feel like make the outside look super new.
Yeah.
And then the other ones update that structure.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
So we'll see. We'll see what's going to happen. But I do want to say this. It's not going to be fixed up for a while. So that's probably a project for 2021. It was important to get the property and then the buildings and all that stuff because the way everything is skyrocketing here in Austin, it feels like Far and Away, that movie with Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman, where you just put your stake in something and hope for the best, because it is all fucking being built out.
Can we get a picture of Nicole Kidman from Far and Away before all the work was done?
And kids? Yeah. Real quick,
anyway.
Bob, since that picture's up on screen, that Lollapalooza picture, pop that one up as well, because it's fucking insane how many people were there. There it is. Look at that, dude.
Yeah, but it does feel a little bit like the beginning of the last pandemic or the same one or whatever, where there was a little bit of confusion about what we can do. So we got in the very last things that you can do. We went to Post Malone, and it was the very last concert that he did, that anyone did out here in Austin. And it was one of those things where people were still kind of joking and, okay, we'll be quarantined for a week, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that's the same sort of confusion that we're in right now. Are we good? Are we masking? What's happening? Yeah. In that time is when you need to get the big super spreader events in, because you're like, next week it's going to be shut down. And kids, not bad. I think I remember her.
And kids?
Not bad. Not bad. I think I remember it a lot differently.
Bill Schofield saying if you want to move merch on site, I know someone that will quit his job right now and run it for you. Might be Bill, who knows? He might be describing himself. We're actually looking for somebody, but yeah, we can chat about that later.
Bill is usually describing himself.
Yeah, and I like it. I don't mind it. I don't mind it.
Kidding.
But yeah, that's what it feels like. It's far and away, and you kind of just put your stake in something and then deal with the permits and building and all that other shit later. So it's not going to be soon, but I wanted to give everybody a heads up because I'm sure we'll be chatting about it on the show and there'll be hilarious pictures and all that other stuff.
Right. And Jessica is saying, can we get better couches? And anyone who's an insider, a nooner, a day one, will know what that comment means.
Yeah.
Jessica, I'm going to leave it there. But I love you. I'm going to leave it right there.
Leave it right there, Jessica. We know what you did. Yeah,
little inside nooners.
Absolutely.
Stuff.
But it should be fun, and we're kind of setting up for the future here, no matter what happens. And the reason I brought that up was where you said that was east of the airport, or east, which is near the airport of Austin. A lot of people were trying to get us to go over there when we moved here because Tesla's going out there, that Gigafactory and all that other stuff. But it's right next to the airport. So sound is an issue. And I don't want planes going overhead every 10 seconds. If I'm pissed off about the start of the show, imagine how angry I would be sound-wise with planes going over every 10 seconds. But a lot of things are moving out there. I mean, shit. I'm surprised Netflix is going out there. They're going to have to deal with sound issues then, too.
Well, what is it, 20,000 square feet, you said? I don't know how much of a soundstage it will be as opposed to a production, like, headquarters. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, are they really going to be shooting right there? They're fully shooting there,
yeah. Because you're not going to be able to do it in L.A.
No, I'm saying, like, will they be shooting around Austin and that's going to be their headquarters? Whatever production office.
No, yeah. They'll actually be shooting on these sound stages, and what they're trying to do is move to more and more productions with sound stages because you can control it. Gotcha. So that's the thing of being outdoors and everything else. New Mexico is super interesting because I know they shot like Breaking Bad and all that stuff there.
Yeah.
So that makes sense, and for whatever reason, maybe it's just a smaller population. You don't really hear anything about New Mexico.
No.
As far as COVID or anything else, we were just like, oh, yeah,
and they shot
I know
The
it
Bachelor
exists.
there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why. So it's like, I know it exists, New Mexico, and we've all been there. But the times that I've been there twice for 2 different shoots. And I feel like I only saw maybe 10 to 12 people.
Where were you, in Buquerque?
Yeah, I was in Albuquerque for one gig and then Roswell, New Mexico for another.
People call it Buquerque.
Oh, do they call it Buquerque?
No.
Yeah, no, not a prayer.
Nope.
Went to a bar. We went to a bar one night there with the crew. It was called Saddle Disco or Disco Saddle. Disco Saddle is what it was called. And yeah, weird name, right? And we walked in. They were like,
rolls off the tongue.
Exactly. And I was like,
the Disco Saddle.
What the fuck is going on? And they were like, oh man, it's the only bar that was open wherever we were or whatever. And like, we went there for drinks one night. Drinks were very cheap.
Yeah.
I had a very nice time. And so I made the dumbest mistake of my life by asking the bartender, hey, why is this called Disco Saddle? And he just literally gives me a finger gun right behind me. Above the dance floor was a giant, bedazzled, all like fake diamond CZ saddle of a horse.
Yeah.
That was hanging there like a disco ball, and that spun around. So there was no disco
I don't
ball.
know what your problem is with that, though. That's amazing.
It is. It is amazing.
Okay.
And I loved that evening. I loved everything about it.
Sure.
Therefore, if you're going down to New Mexico, you get to see some cool, weird shit like that. But bring some friends and family because it's not a place to hook up. And like some of our crew members were desperate. Like they drove to the nths of the world to try to find bars with women in them. No such luck.
All they found was a disco saddle.
It's one of those things where we just kept driving forever, and you're like, man, I haven't passed a car in like an hour. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. I don't understand what's going on. Does anyone live in this state?
Right.
And this is like fucking 10, 15 years ago. This is way pre-pandemic. So I can't even blame it on that.
Right.
But I oddly enjoyed that weird state of New Mexico.
Well, good for you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Good for you.
A lot of people hate it, especially the people that live there.
Sure.
They did. All they were doing. If I heard this phrase one more time out of somebody's mouth, all I want to do is get out of this place.
That's all I want to do.
That's all I want to do. I was like, I can't help you with that. But yeah, I mean, you could just leave or just drive somewhere else if you wanted to. It is very Breaking Bad, though.
Yes.
Like when you go, like it has the
yes.
the oranges and the
Santa Fe
browns.
look.
Yeah.
Very Santa Fe.
I'm not a big Santa Fe look guy.
Very Sundance catalog, right? Which we love.
Well,
right?
I like the turquoise element of it a lot. It's that light brown with that dirty orange. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. It's a burnt orange. It's a clay.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of it.
Yeah.
That's what like UT. You know, it's that burnt orange is kind of hard to get used to. Where you're just like, it's like a dirty brown.
On the subject of dads, should we get into a little bit of Matt Damon?
Oh, yes.
Touch on it.
Weird.
Weird.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why. For any of you who don't know, Matt Damon did this article about the like changing of masculinity, which is like, whoa, you're setting him up at that point, right? So he did this article and decided to tell a story about how he just recently stopped using the F word gay slur very recently because of an essay that his daughter wrote him because they were talking about it at the dinner table.
Sure.
She was like, what is wrong with you? You can't do that right now. And he's like, man, what the fuck's the problem, man? Kid?
Yeah.
I've been saying this word for years, right?
Yeah.
Is how I picture Matt Damon in real life. And so she went to a room. She wrote him an essay. She called it something else, but an essay about why he can't use the word. And then he said, and then I understood. Again, I think he was hoping that everyone would be like, oh, that's great. And once again, with Matt Damon, he shared something that should have been left at his dinner table / bar with his buddies, right?
Yeah.
And that's a very dad thing, I think. It's very someone that isn't really in Hollywood, right? Which he's not. He pops out and does movies, but he doesn't really do the whole thing, and he's not really in it all the time. Right?
Yeah.
He's married to some normie. They have a bunch of kids. They live whatever.
Yep.
So why do you think he said that?
So two things, because I was thinking about this. He's taking a lot of heat from it. This morning,
There's just no point in sharing the story. Why?
This morning, he actually released a statement saying he didn't say the F word. What
do you mean?
He didn't say the word fag. Apparently, is what he. That's what he was accused of saying to his daughters. And
no, he was talking about to his daughters that like
correct.
That we used to say that word all the time. I said it in this movie.
Correct.
Like,
yeah. And it was it was the movie with Greg Kinnear. There was a line from the movie with Greg Kinnear, and it was the one where they're conjoined twins.
Stuck on you.
Yes,
stuck on you.
Stuck on you.
Yeah.
So he this morning said he didn't say the word at all, and
what do you mean?
He said that this conversation didn't take place.
I mean,
he said that he didn't say it. He was using it as an example from that movie. So he said it was a line in the movie, and look, whether you believe it, that's that answer or not, so be it.
So the person that wrote the article completely fabricated this whole story that he shared with them.
I do not believe so in this case, right? But Matt Damon is saying that he did not say the word, that he was relating that word to that movie in that particular line in the movie. Yeah. And that was the statement he released this morning. So,
well, again, the article was about the changing landscape of male masculinity, right? So
sure.
I think that story sort of ties in that, like, for example, I used to say this word, right? And all of my bros used to say it to each other. And now, because of my daughter, last week I stopped saying it. Do you know what I mean? Like, again, I'm sure he said the story. I'm sure he gave that little antidote. It was taken out of context, fine. But I do think it's a little bit of a disconnect. And then I also am like, is he getting ahead of maybe a video out there where he is saying it coming out, and then maybe to just get out ahead of it? Why even tell that story?
So I think there's two things with Matt Damon in this, right? First of all, I really like Matt Damon. I think he's fucking awesome.
So do I.
I think the first one is he's playing a Trump guy in this new movie called Stillwater, and he spent a lot of time learning MAGA. That's what he said in one of the articles too, learning about MAGA and the movement and everything else.
By the way, I want to say that I don't think there's anything wrong with him saying that he changed his vocabulary because of the time.
It's just he's going to get killed in today's.
I think that's a great thing that I wish we could all hear someone say without going crazy about it.
Right.
Okay, so I just want to get that out of the way, but go ahead.
So, with that, he was just like, dude, because he said a lot of things in these press articles where he's just like, man, I had a different opinion of the other side of the right. I got to meet some of these people, and he goes, it makes more sense to me now. He stopped short of saying he's Republican or anything else, obviously, but which I don't think he is. But
I don't think he is, but I think he clearly doesn't have his finger on the pulse of the progressive Hollywood
I think
movement.
He's probably more towards the middle. That's just my guess. But however, when you're selling a movie to that audience right now, that's kind of your way in, and you're going to start talking about things that are more common like this and masculinity, and that's a theme that keeps coming up over and over and over again on the rights versus the left.
Right.
And I think he was trying to make himself more relatable. However, in today's world, you can't do that anymore. And it's been a while since Matt Damon himself has gone out and done traditional press like this, because everybody was coming out, the big stars, the big stars are coming out of COVID, and they're going into these interviews, and shit's getting a little wonky because they haven't done it in a while, and they're like, oh, hey, all the things that were pent up during COVID.
I get it. I'm woke now, and you're like, oh, actually, no, that.
Yep.
Don't say it because you're not going to be woke soon enough for the woke. You can't win. Just don't say it.
Yeah.
Say all the things that people say. What'd your kid think of the movie? Oh, my kid doesn't care. I could be anyone up there. That fucking thing. What do your kids think about you being Batman? Oh, they could care less.
Yeah.
I'm just dad to them.
Exactly.
That whole thing.
Yeah.
Just stay on that fucking boring ass road. Don't veer off. This isn't the first time he's veered off. 2 other times. One, again, I have to say I agree with him. We are all Matt Damon, but you just don't say it. Mm-hmm. The last one he did was the spectrum, which again, we can all relate to. So during the Me Too movement, it was the wrong time, but he talked about there being a spectrum, a difference between complimenting a girl's dress, patting them on the butt, and raping them. So he's saying, which again, people have said this afterwards, but he was kind of one of the first people in Hollywood to say it in an interview,
right?
To lay it out, and everyone's like, fuck you. He's kind of canceled for a little bit. There's no spectrum. It's all the same, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, oh shit, I can't fucking say anything. A little time goes by and he goes, you say the word, not going to say it. The other time was when he was doing, what was that show with with Ben Affleck? Big ups.
Oh, Project Greenlight.
Big ups to Ben Affleck behind you.
Yeah. Our Lord and Savior back there.
He was talking, there was a black producer that they hired, and it was very much it was a woman, black producer. It was very much I'm not being heard, I'm not getting a trip, whatever. And he finally just snapped on her and was like, look, motherfucker, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have no, I want the best person for the job.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah.
I want the best, bring me whoever, and I'm going to pick, and it was people lost it. Because he was supposed to pick someone of color, he said, I want to pick the best person for the job. Why are you making me?
Yeah.
Whatever.
And she was a terrible producer.
She really
I watched
was.
that show. She was a shitty producer.
She just was a shitty producer. He didn't like her, but he couldn't say. He finally just snapped. So this isn't the first time that we've all been Matt Damon, but I just think maybe no more interviews.
Yeah, it's tough because
maybe Osaka.
He's got to go out there, I guess. I don't know. Look, I've met him in real life. I don't know if I've told this story, but like I've had a one-on-one conversation with him for a good 20, 30 minutes, right? Mm-hmm. He's fucking awesome. Like, and he talks exactly like us. Every other word is fuck. He's rad.
To be honest, funny. He doesn't really.
He's very self-aware, and he's everything you would hope Matt Damon would be, like privately, where you're just like, oh, that's a bro. That is a fucking homie right there. Even so, I'll put it to you this way: the function we were at, Ben Affleck was there when he was dating Jennifer Lopez the first time, and I was like, "Oh, are you're gonna go hang out with your B fry or whatever?" And jokingly, you know, and he had said something like, "No, that's it's a little too much for me." You know, it's a little too much fame over there for me. Joking around about it, like he's fucking hilarious and awesome. However, in today's Hollywood, there is no place for honesty or any of that shit anymore. And you're basically giving answers like an athlete. How'd you do? Well, give it 110% and, you know, can't wait to do the thing and the thing and the thing and then move on with your life. If you're going to do an interview, in my opinion, now as a big actor, you've got to come on a podcast.
Yep. It's
unedited, it's live, and no one will take your quotes out of context. And when Jared was on the show...
Because no one's listening. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Or nobody's like the New York Times and the Black Rifle Coffee thing.
They'll sometimes get like a Mark Maron quote or like a Rogan quote, but everything else, today's show is not getting a quote from Drinking Bros. So come on down. Open invitation.
Open invitation. But Rogan and all those guys, like that's where you go now. You don't do these traditional press pieces anymore. And again, like I was saying, the Black Rifle Coffee thing with Jared was on the show talking about they took everything out of context and everything else because you can't do those outlets anymore. And that's what I told him. I said, you can't do the New York Times. You can't do that shit and expect a fair shake or that reporter to give you how those days went and the conversations went as they went along. Like New York Times, for example, that piece, because of the length of it, that probably took 4 or 5 visits out to Black Rifle, and then going to all the things, and then you go back, and then you write a huge story on it.
Well, you're letting someone else tell your story,
right?
Whereas, and through their lens and with their opinion,
yep.
Whereas on a podcast, most of them aren't edited.
Right.
If they are, don't go on that one. But most of them aren't.
Yeah.
So nothing will be taken out of context, and you can personally tell your own story.
Yeah.
And not go through a third party that's then going to put their lens on it and then put it out.
And then you can always say, look, if somebody does pull a quote out of context, then you can pull the whole interview and say, hey, here it is. Here's what I actually said, unedited.
Right.
Fuck you guys. Which is why doing traditional media right now isn't the best for people, man, because they're looking for their own clickbait and their own fucking story versus they don't give a shit how hard you worked on that movie or what you did and everything else. And that conversation with Matt Damon, I guarantee you, was probably 2 to 3 hours. And then they took this one fucking snippet and that's the snippet they go with. And you're like, motherfucker, man, I talked to that dude for like 3 hours and that's what you're going to use.
Right.
So yeah, I'd shift out of traditional media altogether. Unless you want to do a Hoda, like a Today Show type of thing where it's going to be super safe. They're not going to ask anything you don't want to hear because it's live too.
Well, they're also going to tell you everything they're asking you.
Right.
So you will know exactly what to say, how to answer it.
Yep.
Even if they are throwing you a curveball, they let you know beforehand. So it's not really a curveball.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would do that.
Do a Fallon. Do a Jimmy Fallon.
Right.
But other than that, steer clear of the rest of it because...
Steer clear of doing an interview for anyone writing a piece.
Right.
Like in any way.
Yeah. So,
record it, have it be full and unedited, whatever you do, and safe.
Yeah.
And this is specifically to Matt Damon, but I think to everyone else too.
To everyone else, but like we do get these calls from time to time. It is extremely rare, but we do. And I went through one a couple weeks ago with a guest on Drinking Bros where the publicist has called and said, hey, I want you to pull this thing about this guy saying this one thing. And I go, did you hear the conversation? And they go, no, but we heard what it was about. And I go, great, because your client didn't actually say anything that was negative. So for me to go back in there, I've got to tell, everybody that works here, hey, dude, that's a 4-hour render. Go ahead and cut that out of the video, cut it out of the audio, try to, it's like, that's 6 hours of work for somebody that for a 2-minute piece that you may or may not think be bad. I was like, that's not this world. So we've had to tell publicists too, of like, hey, dude, I'm not pulling that. That's not this world. If I feel that it's awful and horrific and will ruin somebody's life, then I'll fucking pull it. But it's very rare. I can name one episode that we pulled.
Because it sets a precedent of like, if I can cut that out, then what can I do to the whole interview to make it different, right? So that's the point, is like, you come on the show, you're going to be yourself. Yeah. And you're going to say what you say. And like, if you accidentally say what you're really thinking, bully for us, right? Like, I mean, I don't know.
Well, that's why a lot of these shows are live now. So that way we tell the guests when they come on the air, hey, we're live on YouTube.
So if you want something cut out after, maybe, but it's going to be somewhere. But it's going to be somewhere.
Yeah, it's going to be somewhere.
Yeah.
Elon G just gave you 20 for a little Pinot. And a small request. He says, fix the falling paper behind Jay Fire.
Oh, he even messaged Giorgio about it.
This one right here?
There's something happening. I'm going to have to just do it. 20?
I tell you what, you do it, and I'll do some ads. Okay. We'll do some ad reads. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/Drinker Bros. Elon G, you're getting your wish. She's fixing it there. Ghostbed is off the chain. I feel like every day we get an email from Ghostbed saying, hey, dude, we've got some new product. These guys are fucking blowing up and doing shit right. They're also taking like requests. So if there's things that you want to see in there, congratulations.
I mean, once we fix something,
fucking do it, man. Email them and they're good to go in there. Right now at the old Ghost Bed, their bundle packages. I'm going to pull this up now. Are they really doing this? These bundle packages, these are massive. These are monstrous on here. They're letting you put all this shit together now. My God, man. Congratulations. How do they fucking afford to do this shit? Sorry, I'm just reading this for the first time myself.
Look, it's not up to us to deal with their business. You know what I mean? It's their business to do business however they want to do business. You know what I'm saying? If they want to lose money and get you guys better deals, who are we, to begrudge?
Who are we to begrudge?
Who are we to begrudge?
They're offering bundles. You can get everything you need. Look, it's fucking A, dude. 40% off?
Of a bundle, yeah. With code Drinking Bros.
That's crazy, man. That's a lot. Usually really they do it for like a holiday or something, and you're like, all right, sweet. But you always figure, dude, you've got to be taking a dive on this. If you're doing 40% off, hey, they're doing it. Shit. Right now, GhostBed is offering a flash sale, 40% off of bundle packages when you get a mattress and an adjustable base, 30% off when you use everything else. Code Drinking Bros at ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros. If you use that zero down, zero payment, like you're no interest on that bullshit, you're looking at like $35 a month for this stuff. So congratulations. I can't believe they're doing that with this during like a normal time. That isn't a holiday. Today's like August 2nd, right? Am I tripping?
Yes. Today is, the 3rd.
Yeah. Just doing fucking shit in August. Like, yeah. That's amazing.
For you guys. Well, not for everyone, but for the nooners.
That's amazing. I love everything from Ghostbed. I just can't believe they're doing it. I mean, for real, it's a lot. During a normal, on August 2nd. There it is.
Right.
Ghostbed.com/Drinking Bros. Promo code Drinking Bros. Take advantage of it. Shit. Put them out of business. I mean, if that's what they're doing, that's what they're doing. Jabes. Next up, we got a new one.
Cardomax?
MeUndies.
All right, we'll do MeUndies. Okay, so MeUndies, I wanted to talk to you guys about MeUndies.
Good.
I know you guys have heard about MeUndies on a bunch of podcasts. They've been doing it. They were smart enough to do podcast sponsorship since the beginning. So when I first started hearing podcasts, when I would hear MeUndies, I think Joe Rogan and another couple people, and I was like, really? Is it really? Because they would talk about it. It's underwear, it's loungewear, socks, literally everything for your comfy, cozy evening. Mostly underwear is what I heard.
Yeah.
But this shit, I'm sorry, but this shit is so fucking soft.
Dude, yeah.
Amazing. It literally feels like I wanted to do this on air because they sent us product.
Yeah.
Love them. I'm ordering more because we're going to get matching onesies.
Yes. They have onesies, by the way.
They have onesies. Should we get the pineapple onesies and just go full swinger?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But the comfortability, sustainable fabric. I mean, we care, we don't care, whatever. For me, it's how it felt on my body.
Yeah.
So I got pajama bottoms. I got underwear. I got a bralette, which I don't usually, my danglers don't usually do well in a bra that doesn't have real support.
It looks sexy.
But it was like really comfortable and amazing.
Yeah.
I'm not joking when I tell you that you guys need to try MeUndies. They also have subscriptions. So I would say do the subscription for maybe socks. I am losing socks all the time. I know you are too.
Yeah,
and they literally
socks
are just
and
going to...
boxers. I keep losing socks and boxers.
So what I'm going to do is get on the membership for socks and boxers for you. I'm going to get you pineapple, alligator, avocado.
Do all of the things.
Don't you want all the fun prints?
It's the most comfortable shit that I've ever worn, so like I'm good. I didn't know the hype, dude. I didn't know the hype. Now I'm in it.
But again, like the breathability.
Yeah.
How it feels on your skin, it almost feels like there's nothing there. For boxers and underwears right now, underwears, panties, whatever, now, in hot ass wherever you are, and it's hot absolutely everywhere. So get you some MeUndies, some breathable, fun, cute. Yeah.
And right now you're getting 15% off and free shipping at MeUndies. They've also got a problem-free philosophy, it says here. If you're not satisfied with any product for any reason, they'll refund it or exchange it. No caveats.
Yes, and when I talked to them, they said that was really easy. Yeah. I think because they know you're going to love them and order more.
Probably.
Like you're just going to need every color, every pattern. They're so freaking comfortable.
To get 15% off your first order and free shipping, go to MeUndies.com/Nooners. That is MeUndies.com/Nooners. That's MEUNDIES.com/Nooners for 15% off your first order and free shipping. Last but not least, Japes, Cardomax.com.
Cardomax, helping you achieve your max.
Yeah.
We teased it a little bit at the show, but
teased it.
It's just so good. We have to say it twice, right?
Yeah.
You need to be getting Cardomax for your energy intensifying needs. If you want to just pour, same thing. You guys are familiar. We're not going to say why, but the liquid energy packet, you put it right in anything you're drinking. It's going to get you through the rest of the day, start your day, get you through that fucking workout, whatever it may be. And the flavors, I will say, amazing.
Yeah.
Blue raspberry, pink lemonade.
Big fan.
Right now, I think the buy one get one
it ended.
Is ended. But
sorry.
if you still are a first time going to the site, no more.
No, Jabes. No, it's 30% off your next 4 orders, dude.
Okay,
30% off. Cardomax is offering our listeners an exclusive offer, 30% off your next 4 orders. Go to Cardomax.com. Use the promo code Nooners.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. The next 4 orders?
Next 4 orders. That's better. That adds up to more than a buy one, get one free.
Absolutely.
That is Cardomax.com, Cardomax.com. Use the promo code Nooners. And you will get 30% off your next 4 orders. That is Cardomax.com, helping you achieve your max, Jabes. Speaking of achieving a max, Simone Biles.
Yes.
She got the bronze.
She did.
She got the bronze this morning. Not a lot of people talking about it. I was expecting to wake up to Twitter like erupting in joy and everything else. When you get the bronze, though, it's kind of like, yeah, all right, great. We've moved on.
Oh, please.
We've moved on. I'm dead serious. The night before was Jade Carey, Jade Against the Machine. She got gold. And good for her, dude.
Good for her.
Holy cow.
Good for her.
The night before was rough. And she had some missteps on the old vault.
Proud of her. She got through a lot of shit, a lot of adversity.
In less than 24 hours.
And I think even getting there, she looks like a Tanya Harding type to me. So she's really dealt with a lot to get where she's at. She needs money for the suits and all the thing, right?
Yeah.
So she's been through a lot. She got there. Happy for her. That's a champion and a warrior.
The weird the weird thing is the Olympics are pushing this Microsoft Teams, which is literally just Zoom, okay? It's a different form of Zoom. But there's something off. There's a hitch off in the old giddy up there through the telecast for when the athletes are talking to their family.
Yes. And we can just stop that whole segment.
Here's the thing, man. Like if I'm Microsoft Teams, like that looks fucking awful because it's just like, hi, Mom, Dad.
And then they're just sitting there looking.
And the parents are just blinking their eyes.
Yep.
Hi, honey. We're proud of you. Is it? Can she hear me? Can Jade hear me? Can my daughter hear me? Or no?
Yeah.
No?
Every segment.
I love you.
It's not working.
It's not working.
Yeah.
Microsoft Teams is not working. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know why we have to replicate all this. I know Facebook tried to do a Zoom as well, where they're like FaceTime meetings. Or Facebook meetings or whatever the fuck it is. Oh, we can hang out with 90 people in there and jack each other off. No, we've already got the one good app that we need, right? The Zoom is pretty fucking good. Skype was even bullshit. Even for our show, there was like a delay on that.
Yeah.
We've got Zoom. Why are you trying to replicate it for your own stupid shit? And it just doesn't work as well. Just buy out Zoom. If you want to have some other fucking form of it, just buy it out. The company will sell to you, Microsoft. You got enough money, dickhead fucking Bill Gates.
Right.
That guy, Jesus Christ.
Right.
He could put the whole fucking operation of Zoom on one piece of farmland that he owns in Nevada, wherever the fuck it is. He owns all his bullshit. Fuck Bill Gates, you know?
Yeah.
He wants to fuck underage girls and all that shit with Epstein. I don't give a shit what that guy does.
Well, yeah, and we don't
It's
know.
like 19 pictures of him at Epstein Island. Like unless it's a really great hologram of some fucking dork in a baggy sweater.
These days, you never know. He was hacked.
Yeah.
His hologram was hacked.
Yeah. So on the Jade one, when she was talking to her parents, you were talking about the Tanya Harding thing. So she's talking to her mom. You know, the whole family's behind them. They're in Arizona and everything else. And she was like, hey, Mom, hi, how's everything? Yay, we got it, you know? And like, because her dad is her coach. So he's there. He's in Japan with her, right?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And the mom was like, we're proud of you. Very impressive.
Oh.
That's all she said.
Okay.
I was just like, okay. Very impressive. You just won the gold medal in gymnastics.
If your mom isn't like says, freaking out.
Very impressive. And look, again, I don't know if it's Microsoft Teams or that's just how the family is. I found it to be a little weird and yeah.
I know a mom that would be like that.
Very impressive.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Who's mom?
I don't know. I'll tell you later. We're not outing moms on the show. I mean, come on. Anyways.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. So I looked at it and I was like, oh, man, I just want this girl to experience joy. I don't know what's going to happen, like how that's going to happen.
Well,
but
by the way, she got where she's at. With
gangster mentality.
Yeah, and the mom's not all, warm and fuzzy. Yeah. And even gold is impressive.
Yeah.
But it could have been better.
Here's why it's more impressive to me with her is she didn't do the Team USA routes. She went around the world, competed in all that bullshit, had some form of sprained ankle or something in February, had to overcome that as well. But like hopping on flights to go all over the world to do this shit, to qualify for the Olympic team on your own.
And be alternate and maybe not.
And maybe not do it.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, if Simone Biles isn't out, I don't know that she even does any of that stuff, right? But clearly she was good enough and she won the fucking gold medal against the whole world in the floor routine, which is not easy. That is probably the most difficult.
I'm going to say the beam, but.
Well, the beam is hard to touch, right? That is physically hard, but
now look,
that floor routine, but you see all the shit they have to do. It's like fucking endless for like 3 minutes. And then,
we are a couple of armchair gymnasts over here where we don't know which one's harder.
Yeah. As I sit and drink a beer watching it.
Which one's harder. So actually strike that from the record. We don't know. I think it's all pretty hard.
It's a guess, right? But it appears to be really hard. And there is some equation that goes into it. I guess she had taken out one of her moves because it might have been a little too risky. And looking at the field who had qualified, they had figured out points-wise that she could do it without doing this one move. And you're like, oh, man. All I kept thinking was, what if somebody did outpoint her and you just didn't do that move? It's a ballsy strategy. She won.
Yeah.
It was awesome. Going that route of shipping yourself around the world and doing hotels and all that other stuff, No one pays for that, but the parents and the family and everything else for that one shot at a gold medal. And me personally, I was amped to see her win, because if you fail in something like that, not only are you letting yourself down, your country down, but your family and all the money they had spent, especially when your dad is coach and he's there. And a lot of people were asking why. Why did she do that and not go with Team USA? Well, look, if I'm a dad and I'm looking at the history of Team USA and the doctors and everyone, the coaches involved in that sport, yeah, if I can teach it on my own and make sure I know where my daughter's at all times and everything else, I'm probably taking that route.
Okay.
Now, she didn't come out and outwardly say that. That is a guess, but one would imagine
that's fair.
it's probably why.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then Simone Biles ended up competing in the last one, got the bronze, and it's kind of it. It's kind of it.
Yeah.
Homeboy's already back in America, by the way. That's Caleb Dressel.
Oh, I was going to say, huge win for white, straight, hot males in the Olympics. He's, I would say, probably the star. What would you think?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Of this
Olympic? Him and the rest of the female gymnasts, like Suni Lee and
oh, yeah, Suni Lee.
And then Katie Ledecky.
Yep.
So that would probably be the highlights thus far. The people who are winning, and we discussed this a little bit on Drinking Bros Sports yesterday, but the people who are winning and why the ratings aren't doing well is there isn't enough superstars yet that are competing, where usually you have the track and field guys like Usain Bolt, where you're like, oh shit, everybody's stopping for that. Nobody really knows any of their names who are in it right now. Therefore, the track and field events that are coming up, you're kind of like, who's that? All right. Well, could they have beaten Usain Bolt? Probably not.
Right.
Probably not.
Right.
So
they probably couldn't beat him now if he raced.
I don't know. It looked like he quit and was just like, I am all done forever. And you get that vibe where you're like, do you really want to go back and ever do any of this again? Like sprinting? I
think he's good. I think he runs for fun now, and he does Subway commercials, and good for him. Right? Like, yes, that's what you want. You want to train your whole life, get to the Olympics, get to the top of your game, and then just get fucking paid.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't blame him, but that Caleb Dressel, he was back in New York today. He was on Hoda this morning.
Good for him.
Chatting with those guys. Yeah. Yeah. Happy as shit, no mask, no nothing. And like, I love how he wanted to get the fuck out of Japan that bad, where he's just like, I'm out of here.
Well, yeah, if you're done, there's no parties, there's nobody's hanging out. Like, no, you did your shit, now leave.
It sucks, man. Because usually you stay, go to the closing ceremonies, and everybody fucks like the rest of the 2 weeks. Like, that's the standard joke.
Fucks each other?
Yeah. And they have like a unprecedented amount of condoms at all the Olympics, and like all the athletes end up fucking each other for like the rest of the time.
The dudes?
Well, they're dudes and girls. All of it.
So the dudes are fucking the girls?
And other dudes. For real. And every year, it's a huge story that they start off with the Olympics of how many condoms are actually inside of Olympic Village. Bob, what's that number for this year? Every year they print this
Probably
number.
Zero.
It is a crazy. It's a crazy amount. Like, I want to say 2016 was like 50,000 condoms or something they had gotten.
So Rio had 450,000 condoms.
That's readily available right now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and Tokyo though is looking at it right now. 2020 condom rules. Their athletes are supposed to avoid unnecessary forms of contact.
Oh, for COVID?
Yeah, so they can't have any, huh?
Condoms will still be handed out this year. But not until the athletes are leaving Tokyo.
What?
I don't know.
They don't need them then.
Yeah.
160,000.
Oh, so
that they're sending you on the plane with the Purell and the mask?
Yeah, put your condoms on.
Why did you need to get your condoms from the Olympic? Oh, maybe there's special Olympic condoms with like with the.
Whoa. The Special Olympics aren't. I don't think they're not having sex with each other. Jessie, that's super fucked up.
It's more fucked up than you think they're not.
All the athletes in the Special Olympics.
Exactly
I don't know.
Bob.
Yeah. There were at the Rio Games. There were condom dispensers in every food hall. And
Yes.
lounge.
Yep.
So like basically every room you walked into had a condom
A brick of condoms.
In normal life, in the good old days, sure, but not now. Are they like the M&Ms from the White House? Like they have the rings and the year and everything on them? Otherwise, why are you taking condoms from Japan? I heard they recycle them.
And speaking of which, we have M&Ms from the White House. Are they over there, Nick?
Yeah.
Bring me those M&Ms from the White House. We got them from Air Force One with Trump. Yeah, we'll show them on there.
They're right by that bonsai tree.
Grab a pack of those M&Ms from the White House. Actually, shit, Nick, you can just hold them up to camera. I don't know how close you can get or what they're gonna.
Well, there's the. Yeah.
Tell Nick to back up a little.
It's going to be a focus issue.
It's not,
so why don't you just?
By the way, it's not blurred for us. It's not blurred for
no,
our,
Ross
our
doesn't
pleasure.
Understand cameras.
No, I do.
Oh, okay.
But I'm telling the audience, like, in case they thought, we're blurring it out. No, we're not blurring it out.
No.
So these are from Trump. You see the Trump signature on them. It says President of the United States, the seal of presidential approval for Trump. And then they've got the USA flag on the back with a little guy holding the flag. I don't know what the yellow one's name is.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. I mean, it's impressive, but I don't know.
I like how the side of it says not labeled for individual retail sales if we were going to sell these, you know. Maybe they're worth something. Trump M&Ms from the from the White House.
Probably not. And it really is even something when you show your friends. They're cool.
That's sweet.
Yeah, it's not that impressive.
By the way, every president gets these. Right. I think M&Ms has some type of deal with the White House or whatever. So maybe not for Biden, but who knows? Maybe it's just Adderall. Sure. That'd be great. Just little packs of Biden Adderall to keep them going. Right. Look, it keeps us all going. For Christ's sake, so
fair.
Proud of you. Yeah, but the M&Ms are delightful. The M&Ms, I'll never forget when we got them too. I'm not going to say who gave them to us, but somebody we were with, it was Jack Mandeville.
Yeah.
Just goes, shit, these are great. Popped it open and immediately ate the entire box. And I was just
he gave, but yeah.
These from the White House? Great, M&M's.
Cool. Yeah, it was like on a display shelf, and he was just like, sweet. There's your actual M&M's in here.
I laughed my ass off.
Greg, I'm glad you heard I heard they recycle comment.
Oof. Of the recycle of what? Did I miss
Condoms.
Okay.
It was somewhere. Probably China, but there was a report that there was a country that was recycling, washing out, and reusing condoms.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I'm going to guess what you reckon. In India?
I don't know.
A China?
Maybe. You never know.
A New Mexico? Maybe an Albuquerque?
Yeah.
I can't remember what the story was from.
We got a little breaking news here. The mayor of New York City, Bill de Blasio, that piece of shit, he said he will mandate COVID vaccines for certain indoor activities. It's going to go into effect August 16th, and they're going to be enforced on September 13th. The mandate is going to be called Key to New York City Pass. Look, I looked at the numbers. What they said originally, if you remember, is that if 75% of the country was vaccinated, that's all we need for herd immunity and everything would be fine. Well, we are. We're at 75%. And, apparently that's not the thing anymore. So we're just going to keep moving that ball and get 3-4 booster shots, all of it, everything else. Dan Holloway actually said this a very, very long time ago on a show, like 2 months after this started. And I was asking him about the vaccinations, and I go, what is this going to do, whatever? And he goes, nothing, because the virus hasn't had time to mutate. Therefore, it's going to take on different variations. And he goes, it's like the flu. Like, we never have figured out the flu virus. Therefore, we've been getting a fucking flu shot every single year. Right,
but then people are still dying from the flu because of the different...
Correct. And so with this, it feels like the exact same thing. Mm-hmm. And the numbers that were reported on flu deaths last year were 6,800. Now, usually it's 40,000.
Right.
What happened to the other people?
Right.
Strange. The flu must have went away. And the reason I'm saying all this is really starting to feel like some form of shutdown is going to happen. Mm-hmm. Australia's under it. Japan's under it. Mm-hmm. If we're next, we'll just go every day. Just do a bunch of weird shit in here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Because Hollywood's out. Ozark is never coming back, right?
Can't go anywhere or do anything, so we should just come to the studio. We'll all just drink.
And rage.
All day.
Yeah, dude. Just drink
shows.
and rage. Yes. I'm all in for it.
Yeah.
That was fun last year, doing the shows.
It was. And it felt like... It felt like we were... Yeah.
It was wild.
This is where the whole Nooner crew started.
It was, yeah.
Because we were like, look, we're here for you. We don't know if it's working. We don't know if we're live. I don't know, but...
I don't know. Speaking of which, we're gonna do another we're gonna do a bonus show tomorrow. Live on air.
Oh, that's right.
Nooners Unites. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do an extra show for you this week. Just to do it. With everything that's going on right now, everybody's kind of like, hey, what are we supposed to do? Well, we'll throw out another show tomorrow. We'll be live tomorrow.
We'll
you
see.
And I.
It'll be a weird one because it'll be all the same.
What if we came on and just did the same show? We had somebody transcribe this one, and then we just read off the script and did the same show in different outfits. But did it
dead serious? So like all the dumb things that mostly I'm saying, will be read like dead serious by someone else.
Yeah.
Maybe Coop. Coop just reads the transcript of this.
Hey, everyone. In his deep voice. I think Coop did softcore history this week, didn't
he? He had to fill in, yeah.
Yeah.
Our third co-host, Jake.
He's great.
He's a great fill-in.
Coop's great, man. I'm a big fan of him. Coop is over on Iconoblast, and these guys are on softcore history. So, yeah, I mean, shit. We'll do another show tomorrow. We'll buck up, little cowboys.
Sure.
You know?
Sure.
I think we got some people coming into the studio tomorrow too, some advertisers and whatnot.
We do.
I think Aracelli's coming by today too.
She is. She'll be here around Tuesdays.
Last time she was on, we brought her on camera, and we had people sending dick pics to her. There was a lot.
She got a good one.
She was a lot. She did get a good one.
She got a good one, and I think they're meeting up at some point.
Really? Mm-hmm. See what happens, kids? You send in a nice dick pic, you might get yourself a date.
Nice guy. He actually called into Jack's sesh when I was on it and was like asking me because he heard that I was going to be on there. So then, and he knew we were friends. So he was like asking me what I should do and, whatever.
Uh-huh.
So good guy.
Yeah.
Good guy. Nooner, drinking bro. I condone it.
Okay. There was somebody, though, that sent her a video of them just pissing at a urinal. It looked like at a concert or maybe a bar, perhaps. It was strange. I don't know what the purpose of that was, but, fair enough. Everybody's got their... I'm not going to kink shame.
No.
If that's what you're into and you want other people to watch you piss, congratulations. Glad, by the way, has now gotten in the mix in this Matt Damon thing, so I'm sure this will turn out fine for him.
Glad is like PETA, though. It's like, yeah, we're always going to piss you off. And we can't keep up.
The New York Attorney General has just released more breaking news. They're saying that on the Cuomo thing, on this Cuomo investigation, they said that he did sexually harass multiple women and employees, and this is coming from New York's Attorney General. So she has announced the results of her investigations, and I don't know what's going to happen now. According to the report, it says the sexual harassment included unwanted and inappropriate groping, kissing, hugging, and comments that were deeply humiliating, uncomfortable, offensive, or inappropriate. They said that Cuomo, his office has fostered a toxic workplace and has enabled harassment to occur. And the probe took 5 months. And they found that Cuomo and his senior staff intended to discredit and disparage at least one of his accusers. So now that this is over, and this is breaking news, and this just came out, is he out of there now? Like, what the, Jesus Christ. People have been fired for less in this. Remember Al Franken?
Yeah.
Cupping that girl's tit back on a USO tour like 15 years before that?
Right.
They made him fucking bounce. And you got all this shit coming from a female. By the way, the Attorney General of New York is a female, by the way.
Right. So I don't know. He's very good at just acting like it didn't happen until they literally have to go in there and remove him. So I don't know. And Cuomo to me is I think we're done.
I think so too, but
Yeah.
If he stays, he stays. I don't know how you beat this at this point. Then what do you say? I guess. What do you say after that point? I mean, they did the Attorney General, who is a Democrat as well, did a full investigation for 5 months, and those were her findings right now.
Right.
What's your reply to that? So, like, what does he say? It happens.
Yeah.
I don't know how's your way out of this one right now?
Yeah, I think for sure. He says, no, didn't happen, whatever. He's one of those.
So you think he gets out of this?
I don't know. I think he's just going to make it really hard for people to get him out of there, right? I think he knows, yeah.
Does he have a year? How long does he have left, Bob, on his thing? Is he going to try to ride this out for the year? And then
22, I think.
It was, and then he's going to get the fuck out of there, maybe? You can't run again, one would imagine. I don't know. I don't know what you can do. Look, CNN found out, that the brother was covering up for him.
Right.
So, what are you looking at, Jessie?
Nothing. Not covering up for him, but definitely having conversations with him about whatever these sexual harassment things when he shouldn't have. Something like this. Some kind of counsel that he was giving him. It wasn't covering. It was just inappropriate conversations that he was actually having in the office.
All right. Evil Abraham Lincoln is throwing 25 for the Emperor, a.k.a. Dan. Which one? We got to specify it.
Yeah,
Delco
which Dan? Are you talking about the Meat Queen or Delco?
Yeah, we don't know. We don't really know.
Because if you're talking about D'Anthony Holloway, you need to specify Meat Queen.
Yes.
And then we'll know who you're talking about.
Then we'll know who we're talking about. Or Delco. Delco or Meat Queen.
Delco.
So he's got a statement. He's refusing to resign.
Yes.
Yeah. Usually somebody would force you into that, so.
Right, but he's going to make someone force him, right?
What a fucking weird situation this is. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, look, if you look at the last 4 years of shit that everybody's been canceled for, it's been a lot worse than this.
Maybe this is
why
a
lot less than this.
Matt Damon thought he could say that.
Maybe.
Because he's like, look at fucking Cuomo. Like, we're good, right? We're talking about this shit again.
Yeah.
There's a spectrum. He put it all out there.
Yeah.
He's like, remember my spectrum shit?
There we go. By the way, more breaking news here. Bruce Springsteen. His daughter's in the 2020 Olympic Games right now. She's riding a horse, an equestrian.
Oh.
Yeah. Jessica Springsteen.
Jessica Springsteen. Gosh.
And this is the Associated Press. I like how it's just becoming opinion-based now, and they don't really give a shit about anything. The first line of this I'm going to read because it's very punny. And it says, Jessica Springsteen had no luck going solo in Tokyo. Perhaps she'll do better with a band. Nailed it.
Oh, okay.
The daughter of Bruce Springsteen, she lost. So she lost.
Jessica Springsteen. Yep. It does not roll off the tongue.
And they kept saying that she was this young, superstar to look forward to and equestrian and everything else. She's 29 years old. And this is her first Olympics, so she couldn't even get back in until 32, 33 years old on the next go-round. At what age is young anymore? Because this is very Katy Perry-ish here, where it's just I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a tiny little girl.
I consider under 30 young.
Okay, she's 29.
Yeah.
All right. Says she's going to ride again on Friday nights as America's 4-rider entry into the jumping team event. I don't even know what that means or what it does, so I'm not going to pretend to. I don't know why 4 people would be on horses at the same time unless they were going to kill Indians or something like that, old school cowboy movies or something. I don't know what you do in a little ring like that and do it, but
stop being poor. Rich people know what equestrians do in a little ring or whatnot. Okay,
nothing.
So you're really showing your poor ass right now, and I need you to stop. It's fucking Jessica Springsteen we're talking about here. She's going to jump over the barrels. She's going to trot the thing sideways. She's going to do the whole thing. And if you don't know.
Why
that tells me a lot about your upbringing.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Why is it only rich girls get to have ponies and horses?
What?
You know? I'd love to see just a fucking poor kid with a horse. Like, hey, go do some stuff.
Right. So my dad took me to English writing classes at this place in Ojai for probably one session.
Okay.
And then it was like, we can't fucking afford this anymore. Like, this is insane. Between the boots, the thing, the everything, boarding. If you're going to get a horse, like eventually you're going to have to get a horse, board a horse, all these things.
Yeah.
It's a rich person's game. 100%. And so I just rode Western after that.
Yeah.
Which is like at some stable down the street in Ojai where you don't really do anything. There's no jumping. There's no thing. You're literally
just going around in a circle, right?
Yes.
On a
and
dirty
you
ass
actually,
horse.
I don't know if anyone has taken riding lessons, but in Western, both, basically you are paying them to groom their horses. So if you remember in the beginning of your session, your class, you have to wash the horse down, brush them, clean out their, you know what I mean? Because they're teaching you how to take care of the horse.
Sure.
I'm paying you to groom your horses, and then I get to ride for like 20 minutes. But anyway, maybe it was just my poor ass place. But anyway, it's a rich person's game. People like Jessica Springsteen can go, and it makes sense that you wouldn't understand what's going on there.
Yeah, no idea about that world whatsoever.
That's all.
It's just, you look at it, it just looks so fucking uppity where you're just like, man, I don't want anything to do with that. Nothing. Yeah. Like, I won't be watching this bullshit Friday night.
No.
And I watch all the Olympics.
Right.
But that one, I'm going to just go ahead and shut her on down.
I'm actually done. I might watch the weightlifting on the 7th just to see what the fuck happens. Is it the 7th?
Oh, no. It's already over.
With that dude?
Yeah. Tanked out in the first round.
I thought it was the
not
7th.
even close to making anything. And Delco Dan said he had poor form. Very, very poor form.
Did he?
Yeah. That's what he got chucked for. So he's out. We don't have to deal with that anymore. And it's so funny how these stories just disappear, right? Everybody wants the media, oh, yeah, we got to talk about this. And then when they don't win, they're like, oh, that's gone. We don't have to do anything about it.
Yeah.
Because there is a trans athlete on the Canadian soccer team, women's. And they beat the USA 1-0. So nobody's really talking about Quinn. Right. I know her name. Nobody else does.
Right.
But it's not a sexy enough story because she's a defender. It's not, not scoring goals or whatever. So they don't give shit.
Sure.
I don't give a shit.
Sure.
Last thing I want to chat about is we're watching a fucking weird ass show on HBO that we love and no one else will like this show ever.
I think we should say what it is and then talk about it tomorrow.
Okay.
So that people can either try and watch it because honestly, I can't talk to you about it if you haven't seen one episode. It's on HBO Max. It's called The White Lotus.
Yep.
Mike White wrote it, who I love.
Yep.
You don't love him that much. But anyway, it's super weird.
I do. He's a great guy. I love Mike White. It's just, I wasn't
super weird.
I didn't like his last, I didn't like Enlightenment.
You didn't like Enlightened?
Yeah,
I loved it.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't like that last series.
I'm a Dern head.
Yeah.
A Laura Dern. Dern head. I am for life. But anyway, super weird. If you are one that does like a CBD, a little puff before bed, a gummy, whatever, do it. You're welcome.
Yep.
And we'll talk about it tomorrow. I just need to know if people have at least seen one episode of it.
I'm looking through the comments here.
Cut.
Yeah, Nick Wilk is saying, I've seen it. It's strange. Yes, it is. Life is a Laugh saying it's a classic British murder mystery. I don't know yet because we still have a couple episodes left. We know, look, they show you in the first episode somebody died.
Exactly
but
right.
Either way, the humor is very subtle. The performances are amazing. But as we're watching it, I was like, I don't know that anyone will like this but the two of us.
Right. So
because it's so weird. And you and I laugh at only the weirdest shit, and it's always in unison together without looking at one another.
Also, I don't know if you guys remember a couple episodes, months, I don't know what time is. It may have been a year ago. I was talking about Steve Zahn. Love Steve Zahn.
Yeah.
I have always loved him, and I was like, let's find Steve Zahn. I actually got a picture from a listener that was like him in Montana somewhere, just like a normal dude. And she had like taken a picture with him and sent it to me and was like, found Steve Zahn. And I was like, oh shit. Okay. Cause I have always loved him. I think he's amazing. He's in this. He has not missed a step.
No.
He's so good.
Still great. Still looks great. All of it. And it is the weirdest show of all time.
It's called White Lotus.
Yeah. White Lotus.
Bradley. Actually, I think Bradley has the means as far as drug wise to really get into this.
Bradley Andel?
Bradley Andel.
The Andy Man?
The Andy Man. He can definitely, I think, get where he needs to be pretty easily to watch this show.
Yeah.
Mentally.
We'll see.
You know what I'm saying.
It's a good show, but it's I had said this to you last night. I was like, we'll talk about it a little bit at the end of the show tomorrow. But I don't know if anybody will like this show except for...
Well, we'll see you on the boards if you watch it or if you want to give it a little look-see and see what we're talking about.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Because I don't know how many episodes we have left or it has left. I'm not sure if it's ongoing. I know it's a limited series, one of those things where, and whatever the ending is, I hope they just leave it like that and not go back to it.
Right.
But I'm curious to see what the whole shit is about. Because typically in a limited series, you do have a beginning, middle, and end. And then you get into like Big Little Lies territory where it ends up blowing up. And then you're like, well, everybody loved it. We've got to add a second season of it.
I know. I was talking about that last night. Yeah. Where it's like, it's a book. It's the end. White people fucking ruin everything. They're like, oh, it was so good. I want to see where the characters go. It's like, that was it. That was it. That was it. I feel like Bob has something to say about that, but maybe not.
Have you seen it yet, Bob?
No, he's just agreeing with me. It's like when it's done, it's done.
Oh, you've seen White Lotus?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
So like once something's done, a book was written beginning and and they do a limited series.
Yeah.
People love it so much that they end up extending it, writing their own fucking version, adding their own fucking characters, and then it's shitty. Why can't we leave things in a where they're at?
We can't. Oh, by the way, Reese Witherspoon, to update you real quick, did sign that deal, that massive deal.
How much did it sell for?
$900 million.
What the fuck? What is she?
$900 million.
We're getting into way over time. But anyway, yeah.
Who cares?
So
$900 million is what that thing went for. You believe that?
I cannot believe
her entire production company and all that other shit. It's podcast. Some form of book club is in it, and it ended up being an independent investor that came in and gave her the cash.
Well, if she's making movies, podcasts, books, merchandise, I mean, if she's doing all of that.
Yes, so you get all of it. You get all of Reese Witherspoon forever.
Yeah.
So
TV, yeah.
$900 million. So it made her, by the way, the richest actress of all time after the deal was announced yesterday.
Yeah, but money's not real. Money's not real. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, someone just like wrote her a piece of paper that said 900 million.
Sure.
Did she get, is that cash sitting in her fucking house? No, it's not fucking real. Okay? So, sure. Say whatever you want.
Good for Reese Witherspoon.
100 billion, trillion, kabillion. And she's like, cool, I'll take it.
She got the bag. I will say this. Her husband is, I don't know if he's still an agent now, but he was one of the very best agents in town. So I guarantee you he steered that thing home. And good for them.
Sure.
Man, that is $900 million? Wow. Shit. Stay alive, Reese. You're going to owe a lot of content for that. You're going to owe a lot of content.
Yeah.
Oh, Buck, one last thing, real quick. Sorry. I know we're in super overtime. Who cares? Your Discovery Plus channel, the numbers came in for that.
Okay.
Gangbusters.
Right.
17 million downloads. To put it in perspective, and they had a picture in the article, by the way, of just Chip and Joanna. That's it.
Yes.
To put it in perspective, Peacock, 10 million. Mm-hmm. Discovery Channel Plus was started after that, and they've almost doubled it already. And it's simply women who are just going flock into that shit.
Because listen to what the categories are. Reality, cooking, home improvement, murder.
So everything you said, by the way, a few weeks ago, I just wanted to praise you.
Oh, thanks.
Just thought I would tell you at the end of the show. You were correct. And I mean, it's destroying everything. So
if you make the app appealing, I don't even think that many fucking dudes have ESPN Plus. Do you know what I mean? Like, make something appealing to women.
Yeah.
And all of our little dumb fucking shit that we like. And it is dumb. But anyways.
It's commercial free too, right?
We will buy it. Now, again, I've told you this. I have all the apps. I don't even want to tell you all the ones I have. I have all of them. But going the tier up to get no commercials, I haven't done yet.
Oh,
so they're all at like a $7.99. If I wanted to bump up to $14, $15 a month, I could get no commercials. But it's my one little thing because I don't tell you about it and I've gotten every single one that I'm like, let me just do commercials for now.
Well,
and then once I tell them, I'll bump it up.
You called it. You called it.
Congratulations. Women buy stuff.
That's it.
Sorry.
It's destroying, and they're stoked. I mean, that's a big boy numbers. Big boy numbers. Congratulations, Chip and Joanna. Jesus, man. They keep doing it. And for you guys, please keep going to iTunes, rating the show a 5-star, and leaving a quick review. There's the only thing that the advertisers and all that bullshit cares about. So it really, really helps the show. I know it's a pain in the ass. And if you're out there and you have a green phone, aka Android green text phone, like, again, stop being poor, but then just steal somebody else's iPhone and do the review. No one will care. It's free.
You just can do a review on your...
Not for iTunes. So you can't do it on Android. It's a separate deal altogether. I just
never trust anything you say tech-wise, but...
It's true on this one.
I'll ask the guys after.
It's true on this one. Really? So, yeah, it's weird. They have a separate app. It's called...
Stitcher?
No.
Well, they've got Google Play, but I don't know what they use.
But there's one specifically for Android, and there's Google Play, and then there's something else like Pocket Cast or whatever the fuck it is. I don't know.
Oh, ButtPod, I think is what it's called.
Yeah.
I think for Android it's called ButtPod.
ButtPod.
Yeah.
So just go to iTunes, steal your friend's phone with an iPhone, and just leave us a 5-star and a quick review. Okay, that's it. I've done it before, by the way. No shame. I did it at a baseball game. I took the phone. I said, give me your fucking phone. You rate and review the shows? No. You are now. I'm going to sit here and go through all fucking 16 shows on the network.
That's
bing,
aggressive.
bing, 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 bing.
It's aggressive.
It's not. They don't
Probably illegal.
I go, do you listen to They were like, no, I don't even. And I go, so what do you care? What do you care that I have your phone?
Right.
All right. I'm not looking for your dick pics, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
You kind of were, though.
I mean, I did afterwards, but I made sure to rate and review our show a 5-star and leave a quick review. And then I look for the dick pics. And
then you sent them to yourself.
We appreciate you joining us. Fun show. Stick around. We will be live on sports at 2 o'clock today, Central Time. So 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be live on sports with a guest. And then Drinking Bros will follow afterwards. For Jessie Wiseman, a.k.a. the Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolution. Good night, everyone.
Good afternoon.
It is afternoon.